Researchers at the University of Iowa are now in the clinical phases for a low-cost test that could change the world of gut bug issues. News 8 Shelby Kluver sat down with one of the lead scientists to see who stands to benefit.
We are joined now by Dr. Kelly Baker, one of the University of Iowa professors leading this charge. Thanks so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, let's start off with describing exactly what this problem is. How prevalent are these diseases?
Well, our project is focused on two different types of pathogens, bacteria that cause infections in humans. One is called Salmonella, and the other is called Campylobacter. These types of outbreaks can occur every single year in low-income settings and have a very high fatality rate that can affect millions of people every single year with thousands of deaths.
So now you all want to help tackle that problem it seems simple, with a simple kit. How does that work?
Right, so we're partnered with a company based in Wisconsin that is in the business of developing these rapid kits. And what this is going to look like is it's going to be a box, perhaps like a shoebox size, where point of care providers like nurses or physician's assistants or physicians can take a specimen of diarrhea from a patient and put it into this box and run this test. And within an hour, in less than an hour, they're going to have a result that tells them whether or not the patient has Salmonella or Campylobacter. And if it does, whether those bacterial infections are resistant to common antibiotics that might be recommended for treatment of these two specific organisms.
Is that a problem right now, that over prescribing antibiotics for these diseases?
Yes, antibiotics are overprescribed around the world, not just for humans, but also for treatment of infections in animals. And because of that, we have seen a rise in what we call MDR infections, multi-drug resistant infections.
So now, where are you all at on your research process? Are you in phase 2 now?
We are in phase 2. So phase 1 occurred last year, and that was the process of actually developing this box, figuring out how to target the pathogens and how to target the antimicrobial resistance indicators. And we just recently started the phase 2 clinical study. So anybody who has diarrhea can and goes to their provider for treatment can participate in the study.
Is that something that you want to see eventually? Is this spread out across the country, across the world?
Absolutely. A lot of people who experience diarrhea and go to see a provider for care don't go necessarily to a major hospital. They go to rural or local clinics. And typically, if they need some type of diagnostic treatment on that diarrhea, it requires the provider taking that specimen and sending it to a major laboratory or clinic, a hospital, for testing. And that really delays the time with which the provider can tell the patient what they have and decide whether antibiotics are merited. So if we can get these types of devices into the hands of those local providers, they can test much more quickly and make better decisions about patient care.
And it's low cost, you said?
It's supposed to be low cost. Yeah, we're aiming for something under $10 per test. It's been about a little over a year since we have started. Yeah, so it's a very exciting phase right now because the company that's developed this, Go Diagnostic, has done an amazing job at developing the technology behind it, and we're really excited to see how it works.
And that was News 8 Shelby Kluver speaking with University of Iowa researcher Dr. Kelly Baker.